Yeah.
Of course, MIBR will be preparing because so far they're going in towards a new region. We'll have to at least make their mark on towards the scene once more. And of course, in European leagues, with all the online teams preparing and performing so far, there is a very good chance that they might actually have some struggles against those Flames and other Danish teams, because the Danes, they are really, really good, really, really strong. But let's look at the Knife, who will start on their preferred side. If MIBR will win and will start on CT, also takes a pistol, I think it should be smooth sailing. However, Copenhagen Flames can also make their life easier by just stabbing a little bit better.
Let's see, though. It starts off in favor of MIBR by the looks of things, because they get this knife round, and that is a solid start for them. It's also the second knife round that they've gotten so far. And with that, let's see how they play out the rest of this now. I wonder, I truly do, if it is going to be MIBR that take the upper hand here, if they do take the lead, because whilst logically you would say that they do take that lead, that they should take that lead.
Oh, there goes the first player you were already asking for.
And that's a good start of the map to OL for MIBR. That's going to be interesting. Let's see if that happens in game. Actually, I assume? Well, no. I assume in the pre-game it doesn't add up to the counter, right?
I would expect not to, indeed.
No.
But well, that's something to maybe look at later. As so far, it's going to be MIBR starting on their favored side. If they do win the pistol, it could be a very nasty fight for Copenhagen Flames. They've already won a map. They've already played really well against MIBR, so I think they should already be proud of their performance so far. But let's see if they can actually make more of a mark, more of a dent against those Brazilian players, if they can actually destroy them in the end. It will be hard, but it will not be impossible. We've seen it happen before. As, of course, now those Glocks in their hands will have to rain through, and maybe they will rattlesnake their way towards the side.
Ooh, that sounds spicy. I guess we'll have to find out and see what MIBR makes out of this. If they can turn the advantage from the knife round also quite immediately into an advantage for the pistol round. Let's see now, KNG. He's got a solid hold. He's even got a teammate backing him up there. So the problem is, of course, that Copenhagen Flames aren't going for that A side. Going for the B side, which, as we've said before, less favored on Vertigo. Stairs quite the choke point. Taco here takes a few shots, but ooh, that's a lovely flash in. Taco here still kind of stuck. Fur comes in though. Mertz quite immediately, or Jabby actually gets that refrag now, and already site control is decisively taken by Copenhagen Flames. As KNG, along with TRK, are the last two people standing, and they face off against the 4v2. Some tags coming in, but not much more than that, it seems. TRK here has to push up with that P2000, I assume that is. If he succeeds, not quite, it seems, because he goes down by the hands of Jabby. KNG does refrag that quite immediately. Delicious shot coming in there, but now the bomb is ticking, and KNG already has decided that he does not have a chance anymore.
Very strong round from Copenhagen Flames, and also nice little bit of micro. With a flashbang coming in, they all turned around, making their hitboxes of their heads smaller. And that made it very hard for the MIBR players to actually get those frags in. And now we do see the pistol going in favor of that T side. Will they be able to actually make it work? Because one thing which is important is that so far in all three maps, every first pistol round has gone the way of Copenhagen Flames. And that's quite a decent statistic, something they can really work on, really bank on as well. As of course now they will have to go up against a force buy from MIBR. But if they win against that one, they will have at least a decent chunk of lead.
Yep, and we'll see now if they can actually start extending this lead again. You know, that's the, how do I put it, that is the sort of question mark, that is the milestone. Once they have that lead, they need to actually push that further. And with that, we should see that, Copenhagen Flames start to build up a bit of an advantage. And if they do that on the T side, it's even more impressive.
Well, they have two AKs, two MAC-10s, and a Galil. Flashbangs towards mid. It will be KNG standing by. He will deal no damage, actually, before falling, and I would have expected a little bit more than that. It's going to be first standing close by with the MP9 as well, but so far it seems like Copenhagen Flames is starting off well. Now they just need to make sure they won't be pushed anywhere by the MIBR players, as they once more want to go towards that B side. They do tend to seem to have a preferred side, and so far one of their favorites is going to be Mertz, and also taking the kill towards Fur. Only one more player actively standing on towards the side. He's now being spotted out as Tackle will try to do something with his Deagle. He will go down and sail, as well as TRK. Only fallen alive with a scout, hoping to get a frag, and he will get a beautiful headshot, but will it be all that he gets? Yes, indeed. He will be sent flying and falling. Of course, appropriate to his name.
How nice, how fitting indeed. Right, well that is the second round for the Copenhagen Flames, and I do find it interesting to see the B-site preference, but it does seem to work out for them so far. You know, they get the consistent openings and they actually get on top of that site, and with that, well, Copenhagen Flames, as I said before, you know, off to a good start, and I'm excited to see how long they will extend this good start for. T-side as well, so the more they get here, the better, honestly.
Well, at least it's going to be Copenhagen Flames facing off against an Eco. Sometimes that does go wrong. We've seen from either party, as it's going to be those USPs. One P250, I do believe in, and of course then a P2K on towards Fallen, trying to deal something in the end. It's going to be Copenhagen Flames playing it slowly, steadily, not really going for anything aggressive, and they're now going to commit towards that A side. They're thinking this side is more spread out, less close quarters. Of course, you still have yellow tarp, but it's not like the B side where you have boxes and pillars all around the area. As now Birds will have the first frag after just being dinged, and now goes for more.
Smooth, smooth. Look at that opening. Mac 10 frags all around, and oh, that's a lovely little spray down through that smoke as well. Solid damage dealt to those MIBR lads, and that makes things a lot more difficult for them once again. Bomb going down now. Taco, he's got a little gap in the smoke, but he doesn't manage to work that out just so quickly. And we see him. He's looking, but the bomb is down, and Copenhagen Flames are playing it calmly and calculatedly. Mangster the frag, and KNG goes down. Second frag even for Mangster at the end. Copenhagen Flames, clean play, only one man down. That's manageable. Start building up your reserves, start building up your streak. But now also be prepared to face off against a fully equipped MIBR and perhaps be afraid of what they might throw right back at you.
I would expect at least one AWP to come in on towards Fallen, and you can see a player having one on his back, most likely to be him. And indeed, he will go towards the A side, most likely for a peek towards that A ramp. It's going to be some utility flying all across the world from the side of the Flames. But so far, no real pressure being set down. So far, of course, they have now won 3 rounds, have some economy, so can really buy up that utility as well. That means we now have a decent shot for Copenhagen Flames to still actually be able to buy back if they lose the round. Push will come towards the B side first, sending by the M4 will get a first. Taco as well with the follow-up, and that is the bomb dropped. Not really sure why you wanted to maneuver that one via that annoying area, as it will be Basso now with 1 kill in return on towards Taco. Fur also not exactly standing on towards the side, makes it a little bit hard for himself, as there will be a molly coming down from First. It's going to be him being picked out by KNG. Now it's a 2-on-4, the bomb to be recovered, but it's going to be Jobby dropping it once more as he dies to TRK, leaving it in towards a 1v3 for Basso. He's standing, waiting, hoping that the player will actually overstep on the MIBR side, but they're playing a very smart round. Fur with the last frag makes it into the first round for MIBR, and well, so far it seems like they're slowly coming back into it.
And with that, MIBR might now start their own little streak going, and we'd see a sort of repeat. You know, it is a scoreline that comes back quite often, that you get those first 3 rounds for the one team, the other team gets their full buy-in, they then get 3 rounds, and then it's a sort of ping-pong game of rounds being thrown around. And with that, you can see, well, MIBR, I wouldn't be surprised if they now actually do get this to the 3rd round, but from that point on, it might as well be just as close of a game.
There's going to be some spraying coming down from the AK of TRK, of course, having a lovely upgrade for himself. And we do, of course, now also see that expected full buy to come in from the Copenhagen Flames. Small angles to be held, but also no damage to be dealt, as it's going to be still that slow 5-on-5 with time just ticking away. It's going to be MIBR slowly throwing some utility in with, of course, KNG now flashing in. Yet he might be pressured out, as it will be Fur getting 1 frag before being traded out. Still, of course, a 4-on-4 now being possibly in favor of the T side. Trading always works in favor of the Ts. Fallen had a decent shot at making possibly a follow-up. Now we do see a Soul member around that B side, yet not really playing on it. And they're trying to now redistribute their forces, which makes of course, mid to be the open area. It will be, however, now that B-Take to come in. Utility to fly from the Copenhagen Flames. There's one man standing by. One man, one hero, one army. Taco will be taken out. This might actually mean Copenhagen Flames have a very good shot at their 4th round, as MIBR might go for the save of the AWP as well.
Absolutely, and with that MIBR, you know, they do make the more tactical and the more calculated, the more intelligent choice. But that always does come with the trade-off. You know, you are giving away a round to your opponent, and well, as we've seen it in the last map, sometimes it just comes down to that one round, and that one round might be all they need at the end to finish it off. And with that, I always feel a bit iffy, you know, about those saves. It's the most sensible decision. You're preventing an unnecessary risk, but you do give your opponent, you know, an extra notch in their belt, an extra, well, little bit of a closer position to that eventual map win. And in this case, of course, this being the final and 3rd map, the wins are just that bit more and more critical.
If MIBR loses here, then they'll go to the lower bracket instantly. They'll have to face off against Singularity, and well, that shouldn't be too hard, you dare to say. But, well, if they win there, they have to then play yet another best of 3. And then, well, most likely, yet another best of 3.
Yep.
So it's going to be very hard for them to at least keep the energy up, and that's why it's so important for themselves to win right here. Follow now the opening kill on towards Manx. Makes it a little bit more doable for themselves, as MIBR seems to be struggling so far towards Vertigo in this round. A new full buy with, of course, helping those saved weapons have another, at least, part of their winning combination. Making it more and more possible for themselves. Going to be, most likely, the 2-4 situation, because I don't see Javi get a 1v5 ace clutch.
Really, and says the man who always says, you know, don't stop believing. He started off well, takes out Taco there.
If he proves me wrong, I'll be, well, very sorry.
You'll be, and here I was hoping you'd say something like, I'll eat my hat or something.
No, I don't have a hat.
Yeah, I was just going to say, you don't have a hat.
But I have a beautiful face, so that also works as, well, I wouldn't eat that
either.
Bold.
Well, let's see, though. This is definitely the 5th round for the Copenhagen. Oh, well, definitely the 5th round. Definitely the 2nd round for MIBR coming in. And with that, I wonder what the result is going to be, if this is going to be kept up. Because Jabby, with that AK he saves, I do believe that it's not going to be enough to make it a decent enough buy there for the Copenhagen Flames coming into this next round. Unless, of course,
there's nobody to cancel out his plant, is there?
No way. Seriously?
Oh my God, and that means that's a lot of money to be earned. At least that money comes in, but still he can't plant.
Oh,
there's no problem whatsoever for the Copenhagen Flames to then most likely buy in the next round, because they get a decent amount of money each. It will be eventually, of course, TRK with the last frag, and it's a good way to come back. But still, it's so much money wasted. Why not spread out your forces a little bit better for the side of MIBR and contested bomb plant to come down? It's going to now, of course, be a 2nd round, yet they'll still be ways off, as all the M4s will be upgraded in towards AKs to have a better shot to fight against the Copenhagen Flames. But still, I have to reiterate, I found it a little bit of a waste to come down from MIBR here.
Yeah, it's just kind of, well, would you put that under micromanagement, really? It's pretty important, I'd say, to keep your enemy from planting on the bomb site, right? So I'd say that's a pretty major mistake there. You're indeed giving them that extra cash that, well, why would you ever want to give your enemy extra cash, you know? It's not like you're running a lottery from the MIBR side of things. So definitely a silly mistake from them to make, but let's see if they can just balance it out and in the end go for those 2 extra rounds that they need to equalize it. Good position from Fur here, falling along with him. They push ahead. TRK goes for a frag, makes a 2nd. And suddenly it's all down to Basso, our dear old friend who is the last man standing. And I do very much believe, well, maybe he could also get a plant again, you know? I wouldn't be surprised at this point.
If he goes towards the B side, yes, indeed, he would get a plant because there's no one contesting it.
Exactly. That's
but the problem is he's maybe going towards mid, and there might be a player there. But actually, that player now also falls back, and well, there is indeed a chance for Basso to get a plant, and then it would be a 1v3 with an AK. He could make it work. Taco peeks in, he goes down now. Possibly this 1v2 clutch to come in. He moves up slowly, but look at that. TRK moving all the way towards the B stairs, and I'm not sure if Basso will be expecting that flank to come in. The last 2 players on the side of MIBR, both having an AK, only needing 1 bullet to seal the deal. Do they have a nade? Yes. TRK also has one of those. They'll have to go for a peek earlier on because that would be a more safe approach to getting the round. He's moving up, and the same goes for Basso, who then falls to KNG, moving back towards the A side to save that AWP for Fallen. At least it's the third round, but, well, MIBR once again making it rather close and scary, to say the least.
Yeah, something that they've pulled off a few times now. And at the end of the day, it is still quite a costly third round, I'd say. You know, they've only got 2 players surviving, and you always do hope for that third. So it's not that good for their reserves. You'll see they can definitely buy around this. You know, they can pull off some creative accounting and get the results.
Oh, yes.
But still, it's a shame for them. You know, it's bad for their longer-term gains, for their longer-term momentum. Because right now, that's definitely, well, not really looking too good yet. And I just worry about MIBI. You know, I worry that they're really going to choke again at some critical point. It is such a real risk at this point. They've shown that on Overpass as well.
At least it's a good start with the damage being dealt against this full eco from Copenhagen Flames. The Flames then turn around to have a Danish rush on towards that B side. Taco now with the secondary AWP also standing by, but then once more the Copenhagen Flames decide to go a different route. This time not towards A, not towards mid, no, to A and B, according to the signs, going towards mid. It's going to be Fallen also standing by with AWP around that area, and he's looking for possibly the opening frag. Copenhagen Flames now slowing down and contemplating to indeed go back. This time they'll go down the ladder and most likely go towards A. Because, well, they just like me saying letters as KNG is standing by here. Will they be expecting a player to stand this aggressively? Will he be expecting players to come down as well? A shoulder to be speaking, it's going to be a decent amount of damage. With only 1 kill and M4 now being picked up by Manx. Moving on towards A. Full rotate from MIBR, and it will be with 40 seconds left. At least the whole day we're possibly expecting as well from the get-go, seeing that aggression coming down from the Flames. Manx with yet another frag. Mertz and the rest will be standing by. Fallen at least 1 kill in return. Goes for the headshot, will also be dinged. He is low. The molly comes in. Will that be the kill? No. Yes. No. It's Fur actually taking down Jemmy through the smoke, and the bomb will be planted. Vessel will come with the Glock, takes down yet another frag, but Taco the USP able to return. Manx now behind Cement, and it seems like MIBR has absolutely no clue he's standing here. Will they be able to look at this direction? Well, after this first frag, they will. But Manx still standing by. 30 seconds. No actual armor as well.
No
he gets
way.
the clutch as well. Triple kill from him. MIBR, you thrown it away against Glocks. We lose to Glocks.
That is incredible. Honestly, that is so well played by Copenhagen Flames. A few of the things there, you know, the fact that KNG couldn't finish off his hold from the start of A ramp, and the fact that you had the pistol kill as well coming in on that AWPer.
Yeah.
You know, it is Glocks, like you said. You know, it was just an eco. And the fact that, you know, those 2 critical moments, there was only really 1 frag going towards the MIBR side. You had those critical plays still coming through, and you had those critical frags for Copenhagen Flames, along with Manx just having a really solid hold from Cement. And of course, there wasn't any utility left on the MIBR side, so they didn't have a molly or something or anything of the sort to really flash him out or flush him out. There was that 1 flash, but that wasn't even used, I believe.
This is so painful for MIBR, of course. Forcing now back in towards this round. Copenhagen Flames winning on Glocks.
But it's painful, yeah, maybe, but also deserved, you know? They're creating, this is all their own doing.
Oh yes, first sending KNG solo, as now we do see the opening kill coming down. A second frag also to follow up from the side of MIBR, but they have lost 1 player. That is, of course, Taco. So far, a star player for their team on Mirage. He was the biggest anchor I've ever seen. As KNG will get another frag on towards Basso, but why does Fur go so aggressive? KNG through the smoke will be headshotted. It's now towards a 2-on-2. The bomb in the hands of Merge will slowly go towards the side as well, but look at TRK. Once more in the flank, but he has to get a move on. He has to at least get 1, maybe 2, because Fallen is on low HP, and with the AWP he can't really push, especially with the utility now being put down by his opponents. There will be a player holding it up. It will be TRK now taking down Dafu. And Merge with the AWP, it might be a little bit worried. He walks up towards the Flames. Of course, it feels like his home, as Fallen is now actually moving towards the crane. Is he actually also going towards B stairs? Mertz could, in theory, rush towards A and plant there, yet he's now wasting time. 20 seconds left, planting in a safe corner, and now the bomb will start ticking. It's a 1v1. And TRK is waiting for his teammate. 1v2, actually. Indeed, as well. Fallen being low could go down if just the wind blows a little bit too hard, being so high up.
And maybe it'll turn into a 1v1 if they peak one by one.
Oh, yes.
And it's Mertz, so his holds is going to be on point. You know, he proved that on the A site as well. So
it's going to be TRK standing by with Infamous peeking in towards Mertz. That's the 1v1 indeed, as you were talking about. There is now a molly on towards Fallen as well as a smoke. He's frozen down one and he goes down. Copenhagen Flames win yet another clutch. And what is MIBR doing, RJ?
Oh, but this is insanity. Like, I said it offhandedly thinking, oh, but they won't do that, right? But then it's, I believe, could they have known that it was an AWP? I think there was a pretty solid
even if it wasn't an AWP, would you still peek one by one? No, you peek as a unit.
As a team.
They had a smoke as well towards Fallen. They could have already smoked up the bomb and tried to at least force something out from Mertz that way.
Oh, let's see this mid-rush, though. Maybe that'll work out for them.
They're also Lico, so they should win. Regarding to what we saw before, it's going to be Dafu Fallen, but a player will be standing by to possibly collect the players moving in. It will be Balso in the first frag, now to be tagged down by Fallen. That's at least a 2-on-2 trade. But a bomb this time already going towards the A side. KNG standing by. He might go on top of the boxes and get a frag if they would be expecting something crazy to come out. And well, there he will be. He will be tagging and getting Manx at this moment in time. Bomb to be recovered. 2 players left standing on either side. But no armor on the side of MIBR. They have, however, picked up 2 mollies and 2 AKs. Yeah, they don't have the armor. Headshot needs to come in to be clean. The mollies have to be clean as well, but it's going to be a clean frag on towards Taco as Mertz once more steps up. Only Fallen alive in this 1v2. And he's slowly moving up. There's a player at the ramp. There's a player at the yellow tarp. And the player at the ramp will soon peek into him and get the frag as well as Jabbe. Getting a frag and another round for Copenhagen Flames on towards this last decider map. And if you would have told me beforehand that MIBR would go towards the lower bracket, I would have laughed at you.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we were discussing.
You silly.
Yeah, we were discussing this, when we were heading here to the studio today, and it was pretty clear cut. We both agreed.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Well, we're going to see MIBR today, so we're going to see a 2-0, right? Yeah, definitely. And then you just see MIBR really kind of choking it out like this. I mean, hey, we're still in the first half, right? We're getting towards the tail end of the first half, and I have to say that Copenhagen Flames is looking a lot more convincing than MIBR is doing right now. So maybe, just maybe, we were both straight up wrong. We underestimated the Copenhagen Flames. Of course, the Copenhagen Flames, it feels like just there is so much power in that team that they really want this so much. And
Danish CS
Danish
is
CS is lately Danish CS.
Lately? All the time.
Yeah, true.
Always.
Yeah. Heroic has basically taken Astralis to their place, I'd say. And Copenhagen Flames, who knows? They could be coming in close second by the way that they're performing here against the top team like MIBR.
Well, they have the god himself, Mertz. And, well, he already won 1 tournament with North. Back then it was DreamHack, and now he's already opened up against Taco as well. The aggressive AWP play paying off so far for Copenhagen Flames. Also, Mertz having won a 1v2 is quite decent, to say the least. Let's see if they can actually continue this strong streak. They'll go towards the A side first, standing by. He will be flashed, and when he's flashed, he's going for the B. Would not really advise it for you folks at home, as you see a 5-2-3, and most likely, I would dare to say, MIBR trying to save. 8 rounds then for Copenhagen Flames. Doing really well. And so far, MIBR, they're really, really struggling.
It is a solid start from them on that, well, first half. Now they've got that set advantage. It's a given now, that 8th round coming in. And I'm interested to see how far they're going to carry this. If I don't think it's going to stay with just 8 rounds. I believe this is, might as well be another 10-5 half or something of the sort.
Well, so far we do see the odds most likely to turn into the favor of Copenhagen Flames, as they're even wallbanging some players to quite low HP. The sound of those double things coming through, it's just a big fear factor.
Yeah.
You just know, oh no, they know where I am, the sounds are here. As we do indeed see that 8th round come down from Copenhagen Flames. 3 weapons saved by MIBR. They will of course then buy back in towards this round as well. But it's just not looking too well. They've moved towards Europe, and, well, those European teams, every single one of them, are actually quite strong. Maybe stronger than MIBR expected.
Yeah, maybe that's the mistake, Maybe MIBR just shouldn't have moved into the European scene maybe that's where it went wrong. You know? Should have just stayed, tried to fight it out against those NA teams, and maybe that would have gone better for them. Just not up to par to the European level.
Well, that I wouldn't say, because of course they have won some tournaments against some European teams as well. They are a very strong team. However, it's currently not working out, as there has been 2 frags in favor of MIBR, yet B-side control lost. Molly's flying towards the B stairs, and I would dare to say the plant indeed will come in soon. Mangs to take care of that as Mert. He's going for a wild flank. Oh my god, this could come in huge, because there's 3 players coming from the B stairs for the side of MIBR. Yet why would you let your Hopper go for the flank? Well, apparently it works. If he just gets 1 kill, he will already disrupt this retake to come in, but the retake is already starting. Dafu with the first frag, now Merge with the follow-up as well. He takes down KNG. It's going to be Merge with, of course, maybe another, but it's going to be him falling to TRK. No, not even. It's Manx moving in. 9-3 at Copenhagen Flames. How are you this good?
Oh, they are just good. It's clearly just the Flames, they're bringing the fire, you know? It's absolute insanity. But also, I'm just Mertz at this point. How well has he been playing? How many insane holds has he pulled off? And, like, you can see it as well in his... He's got 13 kills. He sticks out above most of his team, you know? And it's... Yeah. This is just really well played by them. I have very little words really to use. I'm almost speechless. MIBR just they are underperforming massively, you know. They aren't performing according to their rank, and they aren't performing according to what we know and what we expect from them, you know. MIBR being this team, you know, when you hear MIBR, you think of other, you know, all the other great teams as well, right? They're up there with them. But this is not a performance that you'd expect against a team like Copenhagen Flames. Nothing bad about them or anything of the sort, you know, but Copenhagen Flames, not being a team that you really just expect this kind of amazing performance from against an absolute topper like MIBR.
Number 88 against number 16 in the world.
Yep.
Copenhagen Flames defying every odd possible, as Fur is currently standing by for a little bit of a cheeky flank. There are players now moving once more towards the B side. It seems to be open for the side of Copenhagen Flames. At least Jabby sacrificed himself, so the team knows there will be a flank coming. Fallen now to follow up as well. There will be a 3rd frag and a 4th. Daco to follow up suit, and it leaves only Manx alive. There will once more be a round in favor of MIBR, you dare to say, unless if they once more give the side of Copenhagen Flames a plant, which they shouldn't have. So far it seems like they're at least positioning appropriately. Manx getting oh my god!
Manx!
A spray transfer on towards 2 heads, going for the bird as well, but KNG will be standing by with the AWP. If Manx would have made that work, that would have been huge. But still, is MIBR winning the round. I was scared right there with those 2 kills to come in. It was a beautiful spray transfer to come in. And MIBR could have almost lost it. Jabby, that's a little bit sloppy from him. And, well, Copenhagen Flames this time finally struggling towards that B-bomb side. I believe there were already also 3 players identified from the MIBR side, but just look at that.
That is a delicious spray transfer, honestly. I can't say anything more about it.
Would you eat it?
I would, if I could, I'd put it on a platter indefinitely, yep. Silver plate.
Oh, not even gold? Because I thought he was going for gold there, Manx, as we do see Fallen. Standing by the AWP, looking towards the yellow tarp, and of course, deep in towards that A-ramp area. Jabby, of course, he's also standing by. He knows he has to redeem himself for giving the opening kill towards MIBR in the previous round. He spots the AWP, he says, flash me in, please. There will be a volley also going towards his position, soon to be extinguished by a smoke. And as we see Fallen on towards 54 HP, a little bit lower, a little bit more passive, maybe. And Copenhagen Flames, this time around, maybe contesting towards the A side. However, they're still biding their time. They're still having some players around towards the B stairs area. Because they don't just want to commit, they want to have options.
Yeah, that's pretty normal. You know, who doesn't like having a few options, right? Just having the choice left up to you, and having the luxury, I suppose. Mertz opens it up again so nicely. He does get re-fragged by KNG this time, but Dafu follows up well. TRK now, he's going to push in and he's going to try, but he gets the second. Make it a 3rd? No, not a 3rd. Basso does put an end to that. 2v2 now. And weapon advantage, I would say, for Copenhagen Flames. Oh, and Fur here, he is well mollied off. That's a nice bit of damage on him. Now Basso can push ahead. He's made quite a bit of noise though, and almost would have been taken out by the visual, or well, by the sound cues there, but he gets the plant down and falls back. They're playing it quite defensive now. A safe after plant, so to speak. And the fake is coming in.
It's a very good tap just to go a little bit more aggressive. At least the spray now comes in from Dafu. He's low, so one shot could do it from even the MP9 of Fur. There will be yet another tap towards the bomb, but the time is slowly running out. They still now don't know where the players are. Fur with the first frag, Taco with the follow-up. And it's going to be the defuse to come in. 5th round for MIBR. Slowly they are coming back.
Slowly.
But Copenhagen Flames once more really impressing us with the first half so far. 9 rounds coming in. It could still go to double digits. And that is, well, so far something which scares us. Or at least scares us looking at MIBR, because they should be the better team. Our prediction was that MIBR would win this. Most likely to, we said. Well, we were wrong.
We were. And hey, look, we can admit when we're wrong, right?
Really?
When we underestimate. Oh, well, I can. I don't know about. Fine. Okay, I can admit when I'm wrong. Because I mean, you know, I mean, come on, we've been dealing with the Castle Clash as well. If I can't admit that I'm wrong, then I would have been denying.
You have the facts just pushed into your face every time.
Yeah, I would have been living my life in a fiction for about a week straight by now, and sadly it doesn't work like that. Life isn't a fairy tale sometimes.
No?
Although I will admit, casting here with you, that's getting pretty close.
I'm blushing,
Aww.
baby.
But okay, easy now. We'll see if Copenhagen Flames can get the 10th round in here. They've both got a very solid buy. They've got utility to work with, and with that, we'll see if they can get a very decisive first half win. And first half ending, I should say. Win is maybe running ahead of things, but as Manx opens it up there, takes out Fallen. That is a good opening. They can push ahead for here. It's going to come down to him also to really hold out from Yellow Tarpy, but there aren't really going to be Copenhagen Flames players pushing from there. Manx now tries again for this time going down to Jabby, and KNG looks away at the wrong moment, but he does actually stay alive. Gets the frag on Jabby 2v3 now. And that is not so much in favor of Copenhagen Flames. Not as Dafu goes down there. Mart's lovely no-scope. Can he get the second?
Oh, he's seeing the player. He knows where he is. He's almost going
for
the
second.
No-scope coming in. Only
And
KNG alive. But KNG is
Almost.
just a little bit too strong. That could have been, once again, an AWP clutch to come in from Merz. 6-9. MIBR saving what they can after a disastrous CT side on towards Vertigo. And, well, let's see. It's going to be Copenhagen Flames trying to get that pistol, trying to get those double digits in. But it's going to be Merz just showing what he can. 2 no-scopes for himself. Almost a third kill on towards KNG, but the mistake was that he tried to scope, and, well, that's when you lose rounds, right?
Yeah. No, that's
the only way I can explain it.
Should have gone for the triple kill no-scope. I would have been incredibly amazed. Even, like, to be fair, a lot of things in this match have amazed me so far. It's been absolutely insane. And let's now see what Copenhagen Flames are actually going to pull off on that CT side. I am very, very excited to see them play it out over there. And honestly, I wonder, you know, maybe that CT side is what they'll need to take the upper hand here on Vertigo, or, well, keep the upper hand on Vertigo and convincingly now make that a decisive win for them.
Well, so far, Copenhagen Flames amazing us. Time and time again, the odds now also being in their favor on Vi.GG, and I would expect them to stay there for quite some time if they do win this pistol as well. However, those Glocks can always be quite pesky to go up against, but note P250 actually being bought by the T side. It's going to be Fur moving up with his Glock in hand, will be tagged up slightly, but goes for that yellow tar push. Merz standing close by, will they check this angle? Yes, they will. Pre-fire to come in, Fur will get one. They want to go for more, and they see more players actually in towards that crosshair, but they can't connect the shots. It's Dafu getting a double, even one for the smoke, and still the bomb is not planted. KNG now finally committing it. That took way too long because there's actually also 2 defuse kits on towards the Copenhagen Flames. 2 players now also being digged. That's the players with head armor. As now Manx will go down. He's back to a 3-on-3, and with the health in favor of MIBR, this could be a very good chance for them to win the round as well. Is there utility? Well, there's a smoke now going towards the bomb. And now there will be a push. Oh, that's a very clean hold from both Fallen and KNG. Meaning they now have their 7th round and do get a pistol round in return.
Maybe this is the start for MIBR on this second half that they needed. There was a close call at a moment there, and you had those engagement, but in the end, KNG and Fallen there really opened it up and really just got that site back. Well, kept that site under control, I should say. We'll see now if MIBR along with, well, or against Copenhagen Flames, can now work it up until that 9th round that they need so much. They need to push it to the equalizer now, and from that point on, really just show up. Keep some really consistent, well, rounds coming in, and really go for those very decisive site grabs. And then just play an incredibly clean afterplan. That's all I can ask from MIBR. For, of course, the fans of them that are
Is it all you want for Christmas?
No. I can imagine a few better gifts for Christmas.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, that's maybe, you know, I mean, I like MIBR. You know, they're a very nice team, but I'm not that invested into them, I'll be quite honest. And right now, Copenhagen Flames, they've got that underdog position. You know, they are the 88th rank on HLTV compared to MIBR, the 16th. So if they win this, then I will be even more impressed.
Well, let's see what this last map can bring. We see, of course, it's Juicy boost to come down towards that yellow tarp area. Actually, also able to contest the area towards the ramp itself. Jabby is standing by. We've seen this happen before, and it worked really well. But the players don't know how to go up against it. They don't spot it just yet. It will be Jabby missing a lot of damage. Will at least take TRK down to 35. We're now standing by, trying to jump in the smoke. Oh, that's dangerous, but how is he still surviving and being unscathed? The bomb will go down. That's a little bit of a ninja plan, but it should have also maybe been a kill in favor of Copenhagen Flames, that we're waiting. We're waiting for things to go on, but we just don't know yet. There has been damage dealt by the side of Copenhagen Flames, but they just haven't had a kill just yet. But there will be jabbing coming in on towards Fur. Now into a 5-on-4. Look at the HP on the players of MIBR. 2 are very low. Do they have utility? No, they don't. But they have the sprays to come down, but it doesn't really work. A play coming down from the side of Copenhagen Flames, getting frag after frag after frag. Now a 2-on-4, trying to stick the defuse as well. The back 10 will come in. It's going to be a clean round for Copenhagen Flames, and it will be the force by working.
That is just excellently played, though. You could see how those two players there stood in defending the diffuser. You know, that was solid play, and Copenhagen Flames, they also get some lovely weapon upgrades out of it. Honestly, that was a very well-played diffuse there. That was really excellent work by them, and a deserved 10th round for them. And I do wonder now, you know, if this is the kind of the stepping stone that Copenhagen Flames needed to get it further, to actually push this now to that, well, potential, I'm saying 12th, 13th round, and from there on out, maybe MIBR might catch 1 or 2 more rounds themselves, but I see the odds looking quite positive for Copenhagen Flames at this point.
Well, I'm just wondering how hard the side of Copenhagen Flames will be screening, even after, of course, yet another double entry frag from Jabby. He wants to get more. He will get a nade in, as there will indeed be the AK recovered. Of course, it's an upgrade. As now Jabby gets a third. Will he go for a 4? Oh, yes. Will he get the ace? Oh, even better. Nope. Marks will eventually get the last frag for himself. That was almost the ace. I believed the Copenhagen Flames eventually not giving it to the player that merged before.
But I love, look at this, right? I love this tiny micro of, boop, I'm going to shoot the AK ahead and then throw it your way. You know, just to, like, it's such a small thing, but it's such a nice touch. And I think that's the kind of micro that you sometimes see here coming up with the Copenhagen Flames.
But it's greedy.
What?
It's greedy because the player would have pushed through and then he wouldn't have a rifle in his hand.
Calculated risk, I'd say, instead of greedy.
We're going to play that game,
yeah. Let's, just, you know, give them a bit of a chance. But we'll see now, it's MIBR that really needs the chances. It's Copenhagen Flames with that 4-round advantage over them right now, and they are very likely to extend that advantage. Men's here, Mertz even, he starts off with a good hold, takes out TRK. KNG going in for that refrag though. Some damage dealt here to MIBR though, and Basso gets 1 frag. Second isn't in there, but Jabby here, he could come in well. Will he expect this elevated position? Yes, he does. Lovely headshot there on Fallen. Now should check towards that mid-ramp, and oh, there we go. Dafu and Mentz, they both just, or Manx even, they both pull it off.
And this is getting scary for MIBR. Copenhagen Flames is getting rather close to, of course, getting towards a map point. And a map point would now also mean a match point because they've won on their own map pick overpass. 16-14, but still it is a win. And MIBR is struggling. They're not doing too well. They're not really playing too well at this moment in time. And they're now also on towards an eco. Their ecos have been strong, but Copenhagen Flames right now building economy, also having an MP9 towards Mertz. They want to get those frags in. And quite quickly as well. Nades too soon come down on towards the players from MIBR standing here. Spurs goes through the fire and flames. And he will also go down towards Manx, getting a double kill. It's going to be such a clean round once more, just being played out to perfection by that CT side. We're standing close. We'll just get yet another frag because they're playing solo on the side of MIBR. Only KNG alive in a 1v5, and it's just not working out.
Honestly, just also, by the way, Through the Fire and Flames, a very good song. Copenhagen Flames, they are pretty much certain of their 13th round. There we go, as Jabby gets that last frag and takes out KNG. Copenhagen Flames, 3 rounds away. 2 rounds from, obviously, the match point. You know, map and match, but this is the 3rd map. This is the decider map that we've gone into. So, 2 rounds away from that match point. And with that, Copenhagen Flames so close. MIBR, they've shown that they can get quite the winning streak in there, but right now on Vertigo, they aren't playing convincingly enough. They are at times getting onto the sites, but not really often enough. They don't have strong enough pushes. Their fights against players, the 1v1s, they aren't succeeding, and honestly right now, everything is pointing towards Copenhagen Flames. They hold the right angles, they play it out well, and they are just being dominant.
Ooh, Basso will go for a little bit of an aggressive push. We'll now see Taco, but Taco once more turning in time and taking a single piece of damage. This time, however, MIBR is looking a little bit more strong, but SA just moving towards an AWP. How do you expect to win? Wallbang is not hitting as this moment of time, and there will be actually a boost to come down from the Copenhagen Flames side, trying to once more extend their lead, as now at least they equalize the player score, but are feeling quite well prepared to take things on. B side has been left open for a long time, but Dafu will have some support to go back towards that side as they're expecting MIBR to rotate. It's been quiet on that A side, and this seems like a very logical choice that MIBR would do.
Absolutely. And now, boost is coming in. Smoke is making things a little bit more difficult. And Dafu here, he's proven he can definitely hold off those sites. It's likely he'll do that again, but not this time. Taco there gets a really solid headshot on him. Takes him out, and with that, grasps or holds onto this A site. Holds onto this B site even further. He can also throw a frag the way of Mertz. And that now makes it a 4v2. I'd say that maybe the Copenhagen Flames won't take this risk anymore. They shouldn't. And they have the advantage still. They can play with this. And, oh, Jabby goes down there as well. A bit of a shame there towards the end, but Manx now making it out alive. Escaping, holding back. And in the end, even going down by the hands of DRK. He was already quite aggressively pushed up on A ramp, wasn't he?
Oh, yes.
He already went all the way around for the rotate. Some of that MIBR confidence, you know, of, oh yeah, we've got the plan. At least they're making things work again.
Yeah. Because they have struggled now for quite a few rounds. And they now, with a buy round, have made it work. Their loss bonus, of course, still there. But that with, of course, maybe if they lose another round, makes them able to buy once more. They won't expect that to come out, however. They just now want to win a round and destroy Copenhagen Flames. They really want to also come back. But Copenhagen Flames is not taking any risks. They have now said, well, we'll go for a tactical timeout. We have to at least stay on our A game. Just talk over what went wrong, how we can improve, or how we might have an interesting play come out from ourselves.
Well, what do you think went wrong in that last round then? Why did MIBR there get the upper hand?
The rotate was too late, so didn't really have those set situations. And then the problem was that when Dafu peeked in, there were already some players standing by. And well, with those players standing by, it was quite easy to just move in towards the side, have control. There was only one player able to hold it off, and 4 players from MIBR. That's quite easy to at least get the control going. And Copenhagen Flames from that point onwards also figured we might as well just maybe go for a save. But they just didn't really do that all too well.
No. No, that's I couldn't have said it better myself.
Oh, thank you. Thank
you. Let's see, though. That timeout is coming to its end now, and we're seeing us getting into the 22nd round. And with that, let's see if this timeout has actually worked out for Copenhagen Flames. With that, we'll see if they might actually be able to get their 14th round. Oh, but the opening is there. Fallen takes out Mertz, and immediately good start for MIBR. And that might also mean another round for them to take. It's going to come down to Jabby as well if he can get a refrag here. Perhaps a bit of a delayed one, but the result will be there. He can hold off the MIBR train just a little while longer.
KNG will follow up as well towards Shabby. This seems to be a very clean round. And now I'm worried for the economy of the CT side, because Copenhagen Flames now having to reinvest in towards 2 rounds after. It's going to be quite hard, and it would seem as if MIBR is trying to chase down this remaining player. Dafu moving up, a player from the T side already standing by it. Well, that should be a kill for Taco as he's looking the wrong way. And that means we're now 9-13. MIBR, still the odds not really in their favor. They're slowly getting there. They're slowly coming back. And now also seeing Copenhagen Flames on towards Nico, this should be the double digits. But, well, we have to admit, on Overpass, there was a commanding lead for Copenhagen Flames. They were able to get very close to winning the map. It took them a fair few rounds after, but eventually they made it work. And, well, possibly we will see that again. They're currently on 13, made 3 more rounds for themselves, whereas MIBR, they still need a little bit more. Now go to first frag, gets a second as well, but he is under pressure. Mertz with now the frag and the AK for Jabby, as Fur will flame himself, but also go through.
Yeah, and with that we see now the 3v4 situation, which turns into a 2v4 as Fur there frags out Mertz. And obviously not really that much of a chance left for Copenhagen Flames in this one. I believe that MIBR should be pretty confident of getting their 10th round now, especially as Fur continues and Manx is the last man left standing. Gets flashed out, but he dodges that well enough. Can recover the AK and get the frag on Fur. Should now be able to fall back, but needs to be wary of the MIBR players dancing and prancing around the map and potentially refragging him in an instant.
Well, another sloppy round, or at least finish to a round for MIBR against an eco, full eco as well. Losing 2 players already. They have just struggled from time to time, and Copenhagen games, they were really strong, but also made, well, pretty decent use of course, also the mistakes made by MIBR earlier on. Do you remember the force buy after that pistol win for the side of MIBR?
Yeah.
MIBR had the bomb down, and they lost players left, right, and center. Those pistols worked out. They grouped up and made it work. Copenhagen Flames playing well, MIBR playing weak. This time around as well, just losing 2 more rifles. Do they have the funds to really back that up? Well, of course they can rebuy. But they're not really building an economy for themselves.
No, it's and especially now as MIBR is on that sort of comeback streak now, they need those funds more than ever, because you aren't always going to be able to... Oh, okay. What was that M4 still doing there in CT spawn?
Just a little bit of a extra, just in case you need to reload but don't want to reload.
Yeah.
Oh, Basso, your timing is off. There will be players coming down from mid. He will fall to TRK. Dafu with 1 spray down. And it will be eventually Birds with a refrag of his own, but it's going to be eventually MIBR with A or B side control. And this was sloppy. The angle was being held, but they were just rotating off because the call was, oh, they're coming B stairs all. But there wasn't. Just 2 players standing by. Now also the plan to come in favor of MIBR. They might have yet another round, but Copenhagen Flames making the error this time around. Whereas MIBR could have actually been caught off guard. This could have been a very bad round for him. At least so far, they now have the plant and have the after plan to work with as well. KNG almost getting the kill, but Bergie is just too good today. Swapping back to the AWP, the same weapon as Fallen has right now. He doesn't spot the player just yet. They hear the drop. There will be a frag coming down. Is there a kit? No, Mertz does not have a kit, so there's no actually picking up the kit. It's going to be the round indeed. 14 rounds for Copenhagen Flames. Only 2 more needed. This was close, it was scary. And luckily, his teammate said, just move 1 meter, just 2 steps.
Grab the kit,
grab the kit.
I can only imagine the shouting in the voice of...
Grab the kit!
Yeah, whichever whatever they may be using. 14th round of Copenhagen Flames coming in, and you can see, that Dafu here, I think if this hold hadn't been that strong, because he's still got those 2 frags, then that would have been a lost round for Copenhagen Flames. They would have still had to give it away to MIBR. So a bit of luck there, I'd say, as well, that Dafu backed it up well enough, even though he did move... well, actually, even though that... Basso did move away too early from that mid-angle.
Yeah, but also a little bit of an issue coming down from the side of MIBR there. They're playing solo again. First, you have 1 player moving up close to the smoke. Sure, cool. But you'd expect Fallen to still have an angle to work with as well, but he's just standing behind the smoke himself. He can't do anything to support his teammate. He couldn't refrag. And that makes it in towards a 2v1, which theoretically should always be won. And Copenhagen Flames made sure they did, because of course Mertz was standing by with that refrag as well. And, well, so far Copenhagen Flames is trying to extinguish the fire itself, apparently, as we had a slight pause to come out due to one of the players spilling some water.
Classic water
I
spillage.
would get enthusiastic if I were winning against MIBR as well. It's going to be Fur rushing through towards the A side, flashed into oblivion. And Max is standing by to get a kill of his own. The spray not connecting on towards the second, however, which was quite odd because he was quite in range. As we do see TRK spraying back, but Jabby gets one before being traded out. But Mertz also standing by and as well. Manx will get yet another, leaving only Taco alive. And, well, maybe he'll get hungry by his name, but it's going to be quite hard for himself.
And we'll see now. Oh, you didn't get that much of the food, no? He goes down, expected now. Copenhagen Flames get that 15th round in, and that is the match point for them. A critical point in time. MIBR now still 5 rounds behind. And Copenhagen Flames, they are so close. They can go against our expectations. They can really now prove that they are just considerably better, to be quite honest. And the buy on MIBR's side isn't going to be superb. You can see, you know, there's a Deagle there, Galil's, I believe, and it just isn't that much to work with, you know. Utility lacking. I worry for MIBR, and I'm interested to see if they can make this actually work. A bit of damage there already on TRK, I believe, from Jabby's spray down, but right now this could be anyone's round, but it's starting to look like it could be Copenhagen Flames.
Taco does get a kill in return. That's the opening frag on towards Dafu. He's trying to move through, spots another player. Now the fighters are coming in, and there's still a player on towards side. How did Basso not convert into a kill? Taco with a triple. He's done with losing at least. It's going to be, of course, also first stepping up. Jabby, the sole player left standing, will tap away KNG. And now still a 1v3 to clutch. And I would dare to say that is highly unlikely, but you never know. Even Jabby can do some crazy stuff as he's moving across with TRK. They're missing each other, and oh my god, he's getting closer towards his side.
Oh, but that's dangerous. I mean, look at the HP for Taco and Fur. If Jabby gets... Oh, no, he's going to save this.
He's going to the toilet.
Yeah, they're going to sit in the... well, yeah, that thing. Jabby here, I guess it's a good thing that he takes that rifle with him, but even then, I do believe Copenhagen Flames, they invested quite a bit of their reserves, so I dare say that this might actually also... Oh, could he get this nice little exit frags? Yep, good. Oh, AWP saved as well. That is an excellent one. That is very nicely taken with him at the end of the round, honestly.
That's a very good thing indeed for Copenhagen Flames. The odds are ever in their favor. But we've seen it before. On Overpass, they have a lot of trouble closing out a map. But so far, MIBR not playing to our expectation, not playing too well just yet. And Copenhagen Flames, well, doing what they need to do, play together as a unit, have some luck every now and then, but really coming down to skill as well. Now they have a tactical timeout to be called because, of course, we're getting ready to at least make sure they can now win this map eventually. This round is all to play for. And, well, RJ, if it wouldn't be a tactical timeout, we would still believe someone spilled water again.
Yeah, it's possible, you know. I mean, Copenhagen Flames, the excitement must be real right now. They only have one more round left to win. I do wonder what they're going to do with their bye, you know. They have that AWP save. They could technically force around this, but I think I expect... Oh, yep, they are going to force around it by the looks of things.
Ooh, juicy.
Yeah, it's interesting because...
Well, you have to try something. You still have a lot of room to work with.
Absolutely, absolutely. But it isn't going to be ideal, you know. I think MIBR definitely has that equipment advantage. Better util and, you know, just all their rifles on point, whereas Copenhagen Flames might see either an SMG or something, or maybe a FAMAS popping up.
For having, of course, a sticker by one of the most infamous Australian players. I won't say his name out loud, but you know who he is.
Of course.
As we do now see indeed a very good buy still coming in from Copenhagen Flames. AWP from Mertz now looking towards ramp. Wallbang not connecting just yet. And at least they're now again putting down pressure on towards the MIBR side. However, MIBR also standing by to get something in return. Fur being boosted takes down Mertz. Opening frag in favor of the T side, moving closer towards A. They're trying to get something for themselves as there will be a nade now being angled on towards these players. That's going to be an incendiary splitting the two. Still, no real damage being dealt. This is going to be Basso taking down Taco. It's a very important frag. KNG getting one, but he'll be traded as well. Pressure all towards the side. Jabby with a double. Will he get a triple? No. TRK standing by, and now there will be a plant soon to follow. And MIBR can you now finally hold down to an autoplant, because so far they've had real struggles, even with equal odds and equal numbers. It's going to be Dafu together with Basso, slowly to come in when the utility eventually goes out. Basso throws the smoke. He's standing by. TRK is close. Will he be expected in that angle? I would dare to say no, because why would he be? So far, MBR on their retakes have been really falling back. As now we see Dafu actually getting the first frag. It will be followed with one. Will fall again a second. Yes, indeed. 12 to 15, and MIBR stay alive for yet another round. But this one as well could have been going either way.
It's so close. It is so close every time. If Dafu, you know, he got the solid first frag, the critical one even, spotted out TRK.
I think his barrel was shot. I think that was the big thing as well. It was already peaking time and time again. And here they didn't commit. If Dafu would have gone in with Basso, easy round.
Yeah,
I dare to say that could have been an easy refrag. But now Fallen just had the time to peek, regain his confidence and composure, just get another frag. Full eco coming in this time, playing out clean by Fallen and Fur, not taking a single point of damage as well.
I mean, you have to do something in an eco, and a mid-rush is, I think, the classic Vertigo tactic at this point. Otherwise, what else are you going to do besides just the classic site stack, and then I would just stack A. He hit an attempt, but no damage whatsoever, actually, for the MIBR side taken. So, with that quick round rush through by the Copenhagen Flames, let's see what they do now with their next buy. They are starting to lose their opportunities. They could make it just as close again, you know. They could pull it to the 14th round again. However, problem being, they are buying now, so if they don't win this round, their loss bonus is not going to be good enough, you know. It's going to be MIBR that could then confidently push it to overtime.
Ooh. Well,
that would be spicy.
GG still greatly in favor of Copenhagen Flames. Last time around on Overpass, they also had match points for a long time, and eventually came through on the last one. 16 to 14 was the score, and we have a chance for a repeat again. MIBR now having, of course, a little bit of a streak going for themselves, but look at what we will see from Copenhagen Flames. It seems to be a full buy. And a full buy, of course, is going to be vital, because if they don't win on this round, they'll still have a decent force buy. But you could imagine MIBR bringing it back towards equal numbers, which would mean overtime. But Copenhagen Flames now have the odds, but they don't have the AWP on towards Mertz.
We'll have to see if they will actually miss that AWP, and if the rifles don't just do the job. Ooh, they're going for this boosted position again. That did work out last time, so let's see if that does work out again. Would be a solid chance for them. Get a critical opening pick, and
he's checking it.
Oh dear.
It's happened so many times. We've seen it boost a few times in this tournament already. It's a very good boost. And we do see Basso now going low. I think that was from an incendiary somewhere. As Manx is still holding on, still hearing now also noises come down from the MIBR side. They're nading on towards cement. There will be a molly towards the yellow tarp, and there will be a nade as well towards this angle player. Not peeking it! KNG will go down first. It's going to be the player lead now in favor of the Copenhagen Flames side. And MIBR now struggling once more. They're split quite thinly as well. Two players towards A, the third one now to join them soon, you dare to say? Or are they going for a rotate towards B? Two players here, the yellow tarp, more utility flying in. That nade will deal some damage on towards Fur as well. They're still not committing. Mertz is indeed standing in the fire. He will go down. There will be another kill coming from Dafu and Manx as well. 8-2-0-4, 35 seconds left, and Copenhagen Flames could really do something incredible here. Take down MIBR, but we see Fur getting a double kill. Another one for TRK, a 1v1. Dafu has already rotated. He's at the CT area. The plant will now come in. Will Dafu go for the hero play, or will he wait? He wants to go for the 1v1 with the bomb now being planted. No defuse kit for himself. Time is on the essence. It will be TRK going down. The match goes in favor of Copenhagen Flames, and this is the upset of the tournament.
It is unbelievable. MIBR, you would have said beforehand, they definitely have this. There is no chance possible that they would lose this. We even said confidently 2-0 MIBR, but this time around, Copenhagen Flames, well, they just showed up. They incredibly showed up. These lads really proved themselves, and they actually shot MIBR into that World Consolidation final, I believe, at this point. And with that, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting seeing them face off tomorrow. But for now, we know our two victors.